All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm not finna wait too long. TMZ relates don't really be hopping in unless you got like a fancy title or some shit.
Shalom, social.
Shalom.
I came up here so I could tell you, look, it's so crazy that you put the link because I was just in a room. I don't really be going on people's stages no more, but all the time they always invite me up. So I went on 2 stages today and they kicked me off and it was like trying to talk trash to me, like, because they saying Jesus this, Jesus that. And I'm like, all right. I don't subscribe to that, so y'all can come and take a look at the reading, room that I be in, blah blah blah, and break down all the, secrets in the Torah. They like, well, we believe in science and this and that. So like, I went with the dude like for maybe an hour, like just back and forth and telling him like, you can literally see in the timeline, how we go through the wars or whatever. So I finally tell him like, I'm tired of like having this convo with you. And the girl comes out the mic, she's like, all right, well, go find your people like you keep saying. And it was just hella ironic that you even put it in the chat. I'm like, that's crazy.
And so they believe in Jesus and science.
Yeah, it was sad up in there. And then it was only one person who was like talking, and he like, I just get excited. And I'm like, okay, but you aren't having a good back and forth, dialect right now, screaming over me. I'm like, I don't really do that. Like, what do you expect? Like, you're talking about, oh, I can tell that the Buddhas and the monks. And I'm like, well, how can you say that they're the ancient people when they get their learnings from another people that come before them? And he can't tell. Like, he don't got no answer. So that's when the screaming come out.
Cognitive dissonance. That's all it is. Shalom Lex, Shalom Hazel.
Shalom.
Shalom, Hazel. Shalom.
Shalom to the room.
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah. That's all I really I don't know. I don't be fucking with too many people. They be in their feelings and shit. Must be like, here's the information. Do what you want to with it. And I'm gonna do what I do. That's crazy though. They want to just because you ask them a question or you don't agree with them, they're just quick to throw you off. Like I could see if you cussing somebody out and you not letting people talk type shit and they take you down, but nah, that green bean be getting people too much. It's like fucking it be changing people, man.
That's the only power they have in their life, so I understand.
They be feeling like fucking Green Lantern or some shit. But yeah, I ain't gonna wait too much longer to get started, yo. Like I said before, TMZ relates. They in the other rooms. I invited mad people, so whoever show up, show up. Shit, I started reading solo at one point. I was like, fuck it. I ain't finna keep waiting 10, 20 minutes for somebody to come in. Just go ahead and read. Shit, I'm still getting what I need. So yeah. Alright. If y'all wanna help read, y'all can help read. I was on the or I can go straight through it, really don't matter. Right, Psalm 1. Praiseworthy is the man who walked not in the counsel of the wicked, and stood not in the path of the sinful, and sat not in the session of scorners. But his desire is in the Torah of Yahweh, and in his Torah he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree deeply rooted alongside brooks of water, that yields fruit in its season, and whose leaf never withers. And everything that he does will succeed. Not so the wicked. Rather they are like the chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked shall not be vindicated in judgment, nor the sinful in the assembly of the righteous. For Yahweh attends the way of the righteous, while the way of the wicked will perish. I love that verse. 2. Why do nations gather and regimes talk in vain? The kings of the earth take their stand, and the princes conspire secretly against Yahweh and against his anointed. Let us cut their cords, and let us cast off their ropes from the cast off their ropes from ourselves. He who sits in heaven will laugh. Adonai will mock them. Then he will speak to them in his anger, and in his wrath he will terrify them. I myself have anointed my king over Zion, my holy mountain. I am obliged to proclaim that Yahweh has said to me, You are my son, I have begotten you this day. Ask of me, and I will make nations your inheritance, and the ends of the earth your possession. You will smash them with an iron rod. You will shatter them like a potter's vessel. And now, O kings, be wise, be disciplined, O judges of the earth. Serve Yahweh with all that you may rejoice when there is trembling. Yearn for purity, lest he grow wrathful, and your way be doomed. For in a brief moment his anger will blaze. Praiseworthy are all who trust in him. 3. Psalm by Dawid, as he fled from Absalom his son. Yahweh, how numerous are my tormentors. The great rise up against me. The great say of my soul, There is no salvation for him from Elohim, Salah. But you, Yahweh, are a shield for me, for my soul, and the one who raises my head. With my voice I call out to Yahweh, and he answers me from his holy mountain, Salah. I lay down and slept, yet I awoke, for Yahweh supports me. I fear not the myriads of people deployed against me all around. Rise up, Yahweh, save me, my Elohim, for you struck all of my enemies on the cheek. You broke the teeth of the wicked. Salvation is Yahweh's. Upon your people is your blessing. Salah. Chapter 4. For the conductor on the Naginos, a song by Dawid. When I call, answer me, O Elohim of my vindication. You have relieved me in my distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer. O sons of great men, how long will you put my honor to shame? Love futility and seek deception. Salah. Be aware that Yahweh has set aside the devout one for himself. So Yahweh will listen when I call to him. Tremble and sin not. Reflect in your hearts while on your beds and be utterly silent. Salah. Slaughter offerings of righteousness and trust in Yahweh. Many say, Who will show us good? Let the light of your face shine upon us, Yahweh. But you
Amen.
put, Amen. But you put gladness in my heart that is greater than theirs at the time that their grain and wine abound. In peace and harmony I lie down and sleep. For you, Yahweh, will make me dwell solitary and secure. Yeah, I love the Psalms. It's like one of my favorite books. A lot of these, like, I don't know, just they just hit some type of way. Chapter 5. For the conductor on the Nakilos, a song by Dawid. Hear my words, Yahweh. Perceive my thoughts. Hearken to the sound of my outcry, my King and my Elohim. For to you do I pray. Yahweh, at dawn hear my voice. At dawn as I arrange my prayer before you, and I wait expectantly. For you are not the Elohim who desires wickedness. No evil sojourns with you. Roisterers cannot stand from before your eyes. You despise all evildoers. May you doom the speakers of deception. Yahweh abhors a bloodthirsty and deceitful man. But I, through your abundant kindness, I will enter your house. I will prostrate myself towards your holy sanctuary in awe of you. Yahweh, guide me in your righteousness because of my watchful enemies. Make your way straight before me. For there was no sincerity in the mouth of any of them. Their inner thought is treacherous, their throat an open grave, their tongue is glib. Declare them guilty, O Elohim. May they fall short in their schemes. Cast them away because of their many sins, for they have rebelled against you. But all who take refuge in you will rejoice. They will sing joyously forever. You will shelter them, and those who love your name will exult in you. When you will bless the righteous, Yahweh, you will envelop him with favor like a shield. You wanted to take it from here, Hazel?
Yes. Where are we?
Chapter 6.
6. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. Heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me from for thy mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of you. In the grave who shall give you thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All night long make my all the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with tears. My eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all my enemies. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for the Lord heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let my enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. Chapter 7. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me, lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it to pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there is iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, if I have delivered him that without cause is my enemy, let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Let him tread down my life upon the earth, and lay my honor in the dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in your anger lift up thyself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about. For their sakes therefore return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to my integrity that is in me. Let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous God trieth the hearts and reins. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. God judgeth the righteousness, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his word. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he had made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will arise, the Lord, according to his righteousness, and will sing the praise of the name of the Lord Most High. Amen. Should I continue?
Yeah, you keep going.
O Lord our God, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babies and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, and still thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. When I consider the heavens and the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visited him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, yea, all the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Psalm chapter 9. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will show forth all my marvelous works. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing the praise to thy name, O thou most high. When mine enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. For thou hast maintained my right and my cause. Thou hast sattest in the throne judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them, but the Lord shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment, and he shall judge the whole world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment on the people in uprightness. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Have mercy on me, O Lord. Consider my trouble, which I suffer of them that hate me. Thou that liftest me up from the gates of death, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of daughter Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. The heathen are sunk down in the pit they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of their own hands. Higgaion Selah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectations of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put the fear of, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah.
Somebody else want to take over?
Psalm chapter 10. We're on.
I'm probably busy.
Okay, I can continue if you're busy. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou self in times of trouble? I think so we can humble ourselves and seek him. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor: let them be taken in the devices they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is in God is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall in his fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord, O God, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn God? He hath said in his heart, Thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, and requite it with thy hand. The poor committed himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his lands. The heathen are other nations. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. In the Lord I put my trust. How say ye to my soul, Flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, and they are privily shot at the upright in heart. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, brimstone, and horrible tempests. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous the Lord loveth righteousness, and his countenance doth behold the upright. Help, Lord, for the godly can seizeth. Help, Lord, for the godly man ceaseth. For the faithful fail from among the children of men. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor. With flattering lips and with a double heart do they speak. The Lord shall cut off all the flattering lips, and the tongue that speaketh proud things. Who have said, With our tongue we will prevail? Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us? For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now I will arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Lord. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. When the vilest men are exalted. Psalm chapter 3. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord? Forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long will I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord my God. Lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest my enemies say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord, because he dealt bountifully with me. Psalm chapter 14. The fool said in his heart, There is no God. They are corrupt, they have done abominable works, there is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there are any that did understand and seek God. They are all gone aside, they are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, not one. All the workers of iniquity no knowledge. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eats up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord, like our communities? There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. O the salvation of Yasharal, where come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Yasharal shall be glad. The Lord who shall abide in the tabernacle, who shall dwell in the holy hill, he that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth of his heart, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is condemned, but that honoureth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurts, and changeth not. He that putteth not his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent, he that doeth these things shall never be moved. 16. Preserve me, O God, for in thee I do put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, Thou art my Lord, my goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take their names into my lips. The Lord is my portion, my inheritance, and my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless the Lord who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth, my flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer mine holy one to see corruption. Thou wilt shew me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At the upright hand there are pleasures forevermore. Amen.
You just read 15, right?
We're at 17.
Oh, 17? Oh, I'm tripping. Alright, I'll take 17. A prayer of Dawid. Hear Yahweh what is righteous. Be attentive to my entreaty. Give ear to my prayer, which is from lips without deceit. May my judgment go out from before you. Your eyes behold uprightness. You examined my heart. You searched at night. You tested me. You found not. My thoughts do not transgress the words of my mouth, so that my human deeds would accord with the words of your lips. I guarded myself from the paths of the lawless, supporting my strides in your pathways. My footsteps did not falter. I have called out to you, because you will answer me, O Elohim. Incline your ear to me. Hear my utterance. Demonstrate clearly your kindnesses. You who saves with your right hand those who seek refuge in you, from those who arise against them. Guard me like the apple of the eye. Shelter me in the shadow of your wings, from the wicked who have plundered me, my mortal enemies who surround me. In their fat they enclose themselves. Their mouths speak with arrogance. As we step forth, they immediately surround us. They fix their gaze to spread over the land. His appearance is like a lion that yearns to tear asunder, and like a young lion lurking and hiding. Rise up, Yahweh, confront him, and bring him to his knees. Rescue my soul from the wicked one, who is your sword. O, to be among those who die by your hand, Yahweh, who die of old age, whose portion is eternal life, and whose belly you fill with your concealed treasure. They are sated with sons, and they bequeath their abundance to their babes. And I, in righteousness, I shall behold your face. Upon awakening, I will be sated by your image. 18. For the conductor by the servant of Yahweh, by Dawid, who spoke the words of this song, to Yahweh on the day that Yahweh delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. He said, I will love you, Yahweh, my strength. Yahweh is my rock, my fortress, and my rescuer, my Elohim, my rock in whom I take shelter, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. With praises I called unto Yahweh, and I am saved from my enemies. The pains of death encircled me, and torrents of godless men will frighten me. The pains of the grave surrounded me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress I will call upon Yahweh, and to my Elohim I will cry for salvation. From his abode he would hear my voice. My cry to him will reach his ears. And the earth quaked and roared. The foundations of the mountains shook. They quaked when his wrath flared. Smoke rose up in his nostrils, a devouring fire from his mouth. Flaming coals blazed forth from him. He bent down the heavens and descended, with thick cloud beneath his feet. He mounted a cherub and flew. He swooped on the wings of the wind. He made darkness his concealment. Around him his shelter, the darkness of water, the clouds of heaven. From out of the brilliance that is before him, his clouds passed over, with hail and fiery coals. And Yahweh thundered in the heavens. The Most High gave forth his voice, hail and fiery coals. He sent forth his arrows and scattered them, many lightning bolts, and he terrified them. And the depths of the water became visible. The foundations of the earth were laid bare. By your rebuke, Yahweh, by the blowing of the breath of your nostrils. He sent from on high and took me. He drew me out of deep waters. He saved me from my mighty foe, and from my enemies when they overpowered me. They confronted me on the day of my misfortune, but Yahweh was a support unto me. He brought me out into a broad space. He released me, for he desired me. Yahweh recompensed me according to my righteousness. He repaid me befitting the cleanliness of my hands. For I have kept the ways of Yahweh, and I have not departed wickedly from my Elohim. For all his judgments are before me, and I shall not remove his decrees from myself. I was perfectly innocent with him, and I was vigilant against my sin. Yahweh repaid me in accordance with my righteousness, according to the purity of my hands before his eyes. With the devout, you act devoutly. With the wholehearted man, you act wholeheartedly. With the pure, you act purely. And with the crooked, you act perversely. For it is you who saves a humble people, and haughty eyes you bring down. For it is you who will light my lamp. Yahweh, my Elohim, illuminates my darkness. For with you I smash a troop, and with my Elohim I leap over a wall. The Elohim, his way is perfect. The promise of Yahweh is flawless. He is a shield for all who take refuge in him. For who is Elohim besides Yahweh? And who is a rock except for our Elohim? The Elohim who girds me with strength and who made my way perfect, who straightened my feet like the hinds and stood me upon my heights, who trained my hands for battle so a copper bow could be bent by my arms. You have given me the shield of your salvation, and your right hand has sustained me, and your humility made me great. You have widened my stride beneath me, and my ankles have not faltered. I pursued my foes and overtook them, and returned not until they were destroyed. That's Psalm 110 right there. I struck them down, and they could not rise. They fell beneath my feet. You girded me with strength for battle. You brought my adversaries to their knees beneath me, and my enemies you gave to me in retreat, and my antagonists I cut them down. They cried out, but there was no Savior. To Yahweh, but he answered them not. I pulverized them like dust in the face of the storm. Like mud of the streets, I poured them out. You rescued me from the strife of the people. You have made me the head of the nations. A people I did not know served me. At the ears hearing, they obey me. Foreigners lie to me. Foreigners are withered and terrified even from within their fortified enclosures. The Elohim, hold up. Yahweh lives. Blessed is my rock, and the Elohim of my salvation is exalted. The Elohim who grants me vengeance and subjugates nations beneath me. You rescue me from my foes, even above my adversaries. You raise me. From the man of violence, you rescue me. Therefore I shall give thanks to you among the nations, Yahweh, and to your name I will sing. Who magnifies the salvations of his king, and does kindness to his anointed one, to Dawid and his offspring forever. 19. For the conductor, a psalm by Dawid. The heavens declare the glory of Elohim, and the firmament tells of his handiwork. Day following day utters speech, and night following night declares knowledge. There is no speech and there are no words. Their sound is not heard, but their precision goes forth throughout the earth, and their words reach the end of the inhabited world. In their midst he has set up a tent for the sun, which is like a groom emerging from his bridal chamber. It rejoices like a powerful warrior to run the course. Its source is the end of the heavens, and its circuit is to their end. Nothing is hidden from its heat. The Torah of Yahweh is perfect, restoring the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is trustworthy, making the simple one wise. The orders of Yahweh are upright, gladdening the heart. The command of Yahweh is clear, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahweh are true, altogether righteous. They are more desirable than gold, than even much fine gold, and sweeter than honey, and drippings from the comb. Also, when your servant is scrupulous in them, in observing them, there is great reward. Who can discern mistakes? Cleanse me from my unperceived faults. Also from intentional sins, restrain your servant. Let them not rule me. Then I shall be perfect, and I will be cleansed of great transgression. May the expressions of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart find favor before you, Yahweh, my rock and my redeemer. Chapter 20. For the conductor, a song by Dawid. May Yahweh answer you on the day of distress. May the name of Jacob's Elohim make you impregnable. May he dispatch your help from the sanctuary and support you from Zion. May he remember all your offerings and consider your burnt offerings generous. Salah. May he grant you your heart's desire and fulfill your every plan. May we sing for joy at your salvation and raise our banner in the name of our Elohim. May Yahweh fulfill all your requests. Now I know that Yahweh has saved his anointed one. He will answer him from his sacred heaven with the omnipotent victories of his right arm, some with chariots and some with horses. But we, in the name of Yahweh our Elohim, call out. They slumped and fell. but we arose and were invigorated. Yahweh save. May the King answer us on the day we call. Chapter 21. For the conductor, a song by Dawid. Yahweh, in your might the King rejoices, and in your salvation how greatly does he exult. You have granted him his heart's desire, and the utterance of his lips you have not withheld. Salah. For you anticipate him with blessings of good. You place on his head a crown of pure gold. Life he requested of you. You gave it to him. Length of days forever and ever. Great is his glory in your salvation. Majesty and splendor you confer upon him. For you set him for blessings forever. You gladden him with the joy of your presence. For the king trusts in Yahweh, and in the kindness of the Most High, that he will not falter. Your hand will suffice for all your foes. Your right hand will find your enemies. You will make them like a fiery furnace at the time of your anger. May Yahweh consume them in his wrath, and let a fire devour them. Wipe their progeny from the earth, and their offspring from mankind, for they have directed evil against you. They have concocted a scheme they cannot carry out. For you shall place them as a portion apart with your bowstrings. You will aim at their faces. Be exalted, Yahweh, in your might. We shall sing and chant the praise of your omnipotence. 22. For the conductor, on the Ayilis Hashakar, a song by Dawid. My Elohim, why have you forsaken me? Why so far from saving me from the words of my roar? O my Elohim, I call out by day, but you answer not, and by night, but there is no respite for me. Yet you are the Holy One, enthroned upon the praises of Yasharal. And you our fathers trusted. They trusted and you delivered them. To you they cried out and they were rescued. And you they trusted and they were not shamed. But I am a worm and not a man, scorn of humanity, despise of people. All who see me deride me. They open wide with their lip, they wag their head. If one commits himself to Yahweh, he will deliver him. He will rescue him, for he desires him. For you are the one who drew me forth from the womb and made me secure in my mother's breast. I was cast upon you from birth. From my mother's womb you have been my Elohim. Be not aloof from me, for my distress is near, for there is none to help. Many bulls surround me, Bashan's mighty ones encircle me. They open their mouths against me like a tearing, roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones became disjointed. My heart is like wax, melted within my innards. My strength is dried up like baked clay, and my tongue cleaves to my palate. In the dust of death you set me down. For dogs have surrounded me. A pack of evildoers have enclosed me. Like the prey of a lion on my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. They look on and gloat over me. They divide my garments among themselves, and cast lots for my clothing. But you, Yah, will be not far. O my strength, hasten to my assistance. Rescue my soul from the sword, my essence from the grip of the dog. Save me from the lion's mouth as you have answered me from the horns of Ramin. I will proclaim your name to my brethren. In the midst of the congregation, I will praise you. You who fear Yahweh, praise him. All of you, seed of Jacob, glorify him. Be in awe of him. All you seed of Yasharal. For he has neither despised nor loathed the supplication of the poor, nor has he concealed his face from him. But when he cried to him, he heard. From you is my praise in the great congregation. I will fulfill my vows from before those who fear him. The humble will eat and be satisfied. Those who seek Yahweh will praise him. Your hearts will live forever. All the ends of the earth will remember and turn back to Yahweh. All the families and nations will bow before you. For the kingship belongs to Yahweh, and he rules the nations. All the fat ones of the earth will eat and bow down. All who descend to the dust will kneel before him, but he will not revive each one's soul. About the seed of those who have served him, it will be told of the Adonai to the latter generation. They will come and relate his righteousness to the newborn nation, that which he has done. Psalm 23. A song by Dawid. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not lack. In lush meadows he lays me down. Beside tranquil waters he leads me. He restores my soul. He leads me on paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Though I walk in the valley overshadowed by death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in view of my tormentors. You anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. May only goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Yahweh for long days.
Amen.
24. Yahweh is the earth and its fullness, the inhabited land and those who dwell in it. For he founded it upon seas and established it in the place of his sanctity. No, wait, and he established it upon rivers. Who may ascend the mountain of Yahweh, and who may stand in the place of his sanctity? One with clean hands and pure heart, who has not sworn in vain by my soul, and has not sworn deceitfully. He will receive a blessing from Yahweh and just kindness from the Elohim of his salvation. This is the generation of those who seek him, those who strive for your presence, the nation of Jacob, Salah. Raise up your heads, O gates, and be lifted, you everlasting entrances, so that the King of glory may enter. Who is this King of glory? Yahweh, the mighty and strong. Yahweh, strong in battle. Raise up your heads, O gates, and raise up, you everlasting entrances, so that the King of glory may enter. Who is he, this King of glory? Yahweh, master of legions. He is the King of glory. Salah. 25. To you, Yahweh, I lift up my soul, my Elohim, and you I have trusted. Let me not be shamed. Let not my enemies exult over me. Also let none who hope in you be shamed. Let those who betray without cause be shamed. Make your ways known to me. Yahweh, teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me. For you are the Elohim of my salvation. To you I have hoped all the day. Remember your mercies, Yahweh, and your kindnesses, for they are eternal. Remember not the sins of my youth and my rebellions. May you remember for me the deeds worthy of your kindness, because of your goodness, Yahweh. Good and upright is Yahweh. Therefore he guides sinners on the way. He leads the humble with justice, and teaches his way to the humble. All the ways of Yahweh are kindness and truth to those who guard his covenant and testimonies. For your name's sake, Yahweh, pardon my guilt, for it is great. Whosoever is the man who fears Yahweh, he will teach him the way that he should choose. His soul will repose in goodness, and his offspring will inherit the land. The secret of Yahweh is to those who fear him, and his covenant to inform them. My eyes are constantly towards Yahweh, for he will remove my feet from the snare. Turn to me and show me favor, for I am alone and afflicted. The troubles of my heart have broadened. Release me from my distresses. See my afflictions and my toil, and forgive all my sins. See my foes, that they have become many, and they hate me with violent animosity. Protect my soul and rescue me. Let me not be shamed, for I take refuge in you. Perfect innocence and uprightness will guard me, for I hope to you. Redeem Yasharal, O Elohim, from all his distresses. 26. Judge me, Yahweh, for I have walked in my perfect innocence, and I have trusted in Yahweh. I shall not waver. Examine me, Yahweh, and test me. Scrutinize my intellect and my heart. For your kindness is before my eyes, and I have walked in your truth. I did not sit with dishonest people, nor did I associate with hypocrites. I hated the gathering of evildoers, and I did not sit with the wicked. I wash my hands in purity and encircle around your altar, Yahweh, to proclaim thanksgiving in a loud voice and to recount all your wondrous deeds. Yahweh, I love the shelter of your house and the place of your glorious residence. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with men of bloodshed, in whose hands is conspiracy, and whose right hand is full of bribery. As for me, I will walk in my perfect innocence. Redeem me and show me favor. My foot is set on a straight path, and assemblies I will bless Yahweh. 27. Yahweh is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? Yahweh is my life's strength, who shall I dread? When evildoers approach me to devour my flesh, my tormentors and my foes against me, it is they who stumble and fall. Though an army will besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war rise against me, in this I trust. One thing I ask of Yahweh, that shall I seek, Would that I dwelt in the house of Yahweh all the days of my life, to behold the sweetness of Yahweh and to contemplate in his sanctuary. Indeed, he will hide me in his shelter on the day of evil. He will conceal me in the concealment of his tent. He will lift me upon a rock. Now my head is raised above my enemies around me, and I will slaughter offerings in his tent, accompanied by joyous song. I will sing and chant praise to Yahweh. Yahweh, hear my voice when I call. Be gracious toward me and answer me. In your behalf my heart is said, seek my presence. Your presence, Yahweh, do I seek. Conceal not your presence from me. Repel not your servant in anger. You have been my helper. Abandon me not, forsake me not, O Elohim of my salvation. Though my father and mother have forsaken me, Yahweh will gather me in. Teach me your way, Yahweh, and lead me on the path of integrity, because of my watchful foes. Deliver me not to the wishes of my tormentors, for there have arisen against me false witnesses who breathe out violence. Had I not trusted that I would see the goodness of Yahweh in the land of life, hope to Yahweh, strengthen yourself, and he will give you courage, and hope to Yahweh. 28. To you, Yahweh, I call, my rock. Be not deaf to me, for should you be silent to me, I will be likened to those who descend to the grave. Hear the sound of my supplications when I cry to you, when I lift my hands towards your holy sanctuary. Do not cause me to be drawn with the wicked and with the doers of iniquity, who speak peace with their companions, though evil is in their hearts. Give them according to their deeds and according to the evil of their actions. According to their handiwork, give them. Render their recompense for them. For they do not contemplate the deeds of Yahweh or his handiwork. May he tear them down and not rebuild them. Blessed is Yahweh, for he has heard the sound of my supplications. Yahweh is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusted, and I was helped, and my heart exulted. With my song I praise him. Yahweh is strength to them, and the stronghold of salvations for his anointed is he. Save your nation, and bless your inheritance. Tend them, and elevate them forever. 29. Render unto Yahweh, you sons of the powerful. Render unto Yahweh honor and might. Render unto Yahweh the honor due his name. Bow to Yahweh in the beauty of holiness. The voice of Yahweh is upon the waters. The Elohim of glory thunders. Yahweh is upon vast waters. The voice of Yahweh comes in power. The voice of Yahweh comes in majesty. The voice of Yahweh breaks the cedars. Yahweh shatters the cedars of Lebanon. He makes them press about like a calf. Lebanon and Syrian like young Re'emim. The voice of Yahweh cleaves with shafts of fire. The voice of Yahweh convulses the wilderness. Yahweh convulses the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of Yahweh frightens the hinds and strips the forest bare, while in his temple all will proclaim glory. Yahweh sat enthroned at the flood. Yahweh sits enthroned as king forever. Yahweh will give might to his nation. Yahweh will bless his nation with peace. 30. Song for the inauguration of the temple. I will exalt you, Yahweh, for you have drawn me up, and not let my foes rejoice over me. Yahweh, my Elohim, I cried out to you, and you healed me. Yahweh, you have raised up my soul from the lower world. You have preserved me from my descent to the pit. Sing to Yahweh his devout ones, and give thanks to his holy name, for his anger endures but a moment, but life results from his favor. And that in the evening one lies down weeping, but with dawn a cry of joy. I had sinned in my serenity, I will never falter. But Yahweh, all is through your favor. You supported my greatness with might. Should you but conceal your face, I will be confounded. To you, Yahweh, I will call, and to Adonai I would appeal. What gain is there in my death, in my descent to the pit? Will the dust acknowledge you? Will it declare your truth? Hear Yahweh and favor me. Yahweh, be my helper. You have transformed my lament into dancing for me. You undid my sackcloth and girded me with gladness, so that my soul might sing to you and not be still. Yahweh, my Elohim, forever will I thank you. 31. In you, Yahweh, I have taken refuge. Let me not be shamed forever. Let me not be shamed ever. In your righteousness, liberate me. Incline me, incline to me your ear. Quickly rescue me. Be for me a stronghold rock, a fortress to save me. For my rock and my fortress are you, and for your name's sake, guide me and lead me. Remove me from this net that they have hidden for me, for you are my stronghold. In your hand I entrust my spirit. You redeemed me, O Yahweh, Elohim of truth. I despise those who await worthless vanities. As for me, I trust Yahweh. I will exult and rejoice in your kindness, that you have seen my affliction. You have known of the troubles of my soul, and you have not delivered me into the hand of the foe, but stood my feet in the broad place. Favor me, Yahweh, for I am distressed. My eyes are wasted away in grief, my soul and my belly. For my life is spent in sorrow, and my years in sighing. Because of my iniquity, my strength has failed, and my bones are wasted away. Because of all my tormentors, I have become a disgrace, especially to my neighbors, and a fright to those who know me. Those who see me outside move away from me. I have become forgotten as the dead from the heart. I have become like a decaying vessel, for I have heard the slander of the multitude, terror all around, when they conspired together against me. They have plotted to take my soul. But as for me, in you I have trusted Yahweh. I have said, you are my Elohim, and your hand on my times. Rescue me from the hand of my foes and from my pursuers. Shine your face upon your servant. Save me in your kindness. O Yahweh, let me not be ashamed. For I have called upon you. Let the wicked ones be shamed. Let them be still to the grave. May the lying lips be silenced, which speak falsehood about a righteous one with arrogance and contempt. How abundant is your goodness that you have stored away for those who fear for you, that you have performed for those who seek refuge in you in the presence of men. Shelter them in the cover of your countenance, from the haughtiness of man. Protect them in the shelter from the strife of tongues. Blessed is Yahweh, for he has been wondrously kind to me in the besieged city. I had said in my panic, I am cut off from before your eyes. But in truth, you heard the sound of my supplications when I cried to you. Love Yahweh, all his devout ones. Yahweh safeguards the faithful, but he repays for his haughtiness, one who acts with arrogance. Be strong and let your hearts take courage, all who wait longingly for Yahweh. Chapter 32. Of my skill. Praiseworthy is one whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered over. Praiseworthy is the man to whom Yahweh does not ascribe iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. When I was silent, my bones deteriorated because of my anguish roar all day long. For day and night your hand was heavily upon me. My freshness was transformed as by summer droughts. Salah. My sin I make known to you. My iniquity I do not hide. I said, I will confess my transgressions to Yahweh, and you have always forgiven my iniquitous sin. Selah. For this let every devout one pray to you at a time when his misfortune befalls. Only that the flooding, mighty waters not overtake him. You are a shelter from me. From distress you preserve me. With glad song of rescue you envelop me. Selah. I will educate you and enlighten you in which path to go. I will advise you with what my eye has seen. Be not like a horse, like a mule, uncomprehending, to restrain it with muzzle and bridle when it is adorned, so that it not approach you. Many are the agonies of the wicked, but as for one who trusts in Yahweh, kindness surrounds him. Be glad in Yahweh and rejoice, O righteous. Cry out in joy, all upright of heart. 33. Sing joyfully, O righteous, because of Yahweh, for the upright. Praise is fitting. Give thanks to Yahweh with the harp. With a 10-string lyre make music to him. Sing him a new song. Play well with sounds of deep emotion, for the word of Yahweh is upright, and all his deeds are done with faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The kindness of Yahweh fills the earth. By the word of Yahweh the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all the hosts. He assembles the waters of the sea like a mound. He places the deep waters in vaults. Fear Yahweh, all the earth. Be in dread of him, all inhabitants of the world. For he spoke and it came to be. He commanded and it stood firm. Yahweh annuls the counsel of nations. He thwarts the designs of peoples. The counsel of Yahweh will endure forever. The designs of his heart from generation to generation. Praiseworthy is the nation that Yahweh is their Elohim. the people he chose for his own inheritance. From heaven, Yahweh looks down. He sees all mankind. From his dwelling place, he oversees all inhabitants of the earth. He who fashions their hearts together, who comprehends all their deeds. A king is not saved by a great army, nor is a hero rescued by great strength. Illusory is the horse for salvation. Despite his great strength, it provides no escape. Behold, the eye of Yahweh is on those who fear him, upon those who await his kindness, to rescue their soul from death, and to sustain them in famine. Our soul longed for Yahweh. He is our help and our shield. For in him will our hearts be glad, for in his holy name we trusted. May your kindness, Yahweh, be upon us, just as we awaited you. 34. When he disguised his sanity before Abimelech, who drove him out, and he left. I shall bless him, I shall bless Yahweh at all times. As always, his praise be in my mouth. In Yahweh does my soul glory. May humble ones hear and be glad. Declare the greatness of Yahweh with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought out Yahweh, and he answered me, and from all my terrors he delivered me. Those who looked at him became radiant, and their faces will not be shamed. This poor man calls, and Yahweh hears, and from all his troubles he saves him. The Malak Yahweh encamps around his reverent ones, and he releases them. Contemplate and see that Yahweh is good. Praiseworthy is the man who takes refuge in him. Fear Yahweh, all his holy ones, for there is no deprivation for his reverent ones. Young lions may want in hunger, but those who seek Yahweh will not lack any good. Go, O sons, heed me, I will teach you to fear Yahweh. Who is the man who desires life, who loves days of seeing good? Guard your tongue from evil, and your lips from speaking deceit. Turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of Yahweh are toward the righteous, and his ears to their cry. The face of Yahweh is against evildoers, to cut off their memory from the earth. They, the righteous, cried out, and Yahweh heeds, and from all their troubles he rescues them. Yahweh is close to the brokenhearted, and those crushed in spirit he saves. Many are the mishaps of the righteous, but from them all Yahweh rescues him. He guards all his bones. Even one of them was not broken. All praises. And the death blow of the wicked is evil, and the haters of the righteous will be condemned. Yahweh redeems the soul of his servants, and all those who take refuge in him will not be condemned. 35. O Yahweh, fight my adversaries, battle those who do battle with me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and rise up in my defense, and draw the spear, and bar the way before my pursuers. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. May they be shamed and disgraced, those who seek my life. Let them retreat and be humiliated, those who plot my harm. May they be like chaff before the wind, with the Malak Yahweh thrusting away. May their way be dark and exceedingly slippery, with the Malak Yahweh pursuing them. For without cause they have hidden for me the snare of their net. Without cause they have dug pits to kill me. May disaster come upon each of them unawares, and may his own net which he concealed ensnare him. May he fall into it in disaster. Then my soul will exult in Yahweh, rejoice in his salvation. All my limbs will say, Yahweh, who is like you? Deliverer of the poor from one mightier than he, of the poor and the destitute from the one who robs him. False witnesses rise up, for that of which I know nothing. They call me to account. They repay me evil for good, bereavement for my soul. But as for me, when they were ill, my clothing was sackcloth, and I afflicted myself with fasting. May my prayer return upon my own bosom. As for a friend, as for my own brother, I went about. Like a mother in mourning, I bent over in gloom. But when I limped, they rejoiced and gathered. They wretched, the wretched, gathered against me. I know not why. They tore at me and would not be silenced. With flattery and mockery, for the sake of a loaf, they gnashed their teeth at me. O Adonai, how long will you look on? Rescue my soul from their destruction, my essence from the young lions. Then I will thank you in a great congregation. Before a mighty throng I will praise you. Let them not rejoice over me, those who oppress me for a false cause, nor those who hate me without reason. Winking 9. For it is not peace that they speak. Rather, against the broken people of the earth, they scheme deceitful matters. They open their mouths broadly against me. They said, Aha, aha, our own eyes have seen his misfortune. You have seen Yahweh, do not be mute, or Adonai, be not far from me. Arouse yourself and awaken to my judgment, my Elohim, and Adonai to my cause. Judge me according to your righteousness, Yahweh, my Elohim, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Aha, our souls. Let them not say, We have swallowed him. May they be shamed and humiliated together, those who are glad over my misfortune. May they be clothed in shame and disgrace, those who lift themselves up haughtily over me. May they sing in joy and be glad, those who desire my vindication. Let them always say, Be glorified, Yahweh, who desires the peace of his servant. Then my tongue will express your righteousness, your praise all day long. 36. Transgressions, word to the wicked is in my heart, that there should be no dread of Elohim before his eyes. For it is smoothed away before him in his eyes, that he should find his iniquity to hate him. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He has ceased contemplating to do good. On his bed he devises iniquity. He stations himself on a path of no good. He does not disdain evil. Yahweh, unto the heavens is your kindness. Your faithfulness is to the upper heights. Your righteousness is like mighty mountains. Your judgments are like the vast deep waters. You save both man and beast, O Yahweh. How precious is your kindness, O Elohim. Mankind takes refuge in the shelter of your wings. They will be sated from the abundance of your house, and from the stream of your delights you give them to drink. For with you is the source of life. By your light may we see light. Extend your kindness to those who know you, and your charity to the upright of heart. Let not the foot of arrogance come to me, and let not the hand of the wicked move me. There they fell, the practitioners of iniquity. They were thrust down and unable to rise. Psalm 37. Do not compete with the evildoers. Be not envious of the doers of injustice, for like grass they will be cut down swiftly, and like green vegetation they will wither. Trust in Yahweh and do good. Dwell in the land and nourish yourselves with faithfulness, and rely upon Yahweh for your enjoyments, for he will grant you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to Yahweh, rely on him, and he will act. He will bring forth your righteousness like a light, and your justice like the high noon. Wait patiently for the salvation of Yahweh, and wait longingly for him. Do not compete with him who prospers, with the man who executes malicious plans. Desist from anger and forsake wrath. Do not compete, it brings but harm. For the evildoers shall be cut off, but those who hope to Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. Just a little longer, and there will be no wicked one. You will contemplate his place, and he will not be there. But the humble shall inherit the earth, and delight in abundant peace. The wicked man plots against the righteous person, and gnashes his teeth at him. Adonai laughs at him, for he has seen that his day approaches. The wicked drew a sword and bent their bows, to bring down the poor and the destitute, to slaughter those of upright ways. The sword will pierce their own heart, and their bows will be broken. Better is the little of the righteous than the great multitude of the wicked. For the arms of the wicked will be broken, but the support of the righteous is Yahweh. Yahweh knows the days of the perfect. Their inheritance will be forever. They will not be shamed in time of calamity, and in days of famine they will be satisfied. For the wicked will perish, and the foes of Yahweh are like the glory of fattened sheep, consumed. In smoke they are consumed. The wicked one burrows but repays not, while the righteous one is generous and gives. For his blessed ones shall inherit the earth, while his accursed ones will be cut off. By Yahweh are a man's footsteps established, and he shall favor his way. Should he totter, he will not be cast down, for Yahweh supports his hand. I have been a youth and also aged, but I have not seen a righteous man forsaken, nor his children begging for bread. All day long he is gracious and lends, and his children are a blessing. Turn from evil and do good, that you may dwell forever. For Yahweh loves justice and does not forsake his devout ones. They will be eternally protected, but the offspring of the wicked are cut off. The righteous will inherit the earth and dwell forever upon it. The mouth of the righteous man utters wisdom, and his tongue speaks justice. The Torah of his Elohim is in his heart. His footsteps will not falter. The wicked one watches for the righteous and seeks to kill him. But Yahweh will not forsake him to his hand, nor let him be condemned when he is judged. Hope to Yahweh and safeguard his way, and he will raise you high to inherit the earth. You will witness the excision of the wicked. I have seen a wicked man powerful, well rooted like a native evergreen. Yet he vanished, and behold, he was no more, and I sought him, but he was not to be found. Guard the perfect and watch the upright, for there is a destiny for the man of peace. But the sinners are destroyed together. The destiny of the wicked is to be cut off, and the salvation of the righteous is from Yahweh, their might in time of distress. Yahweh helped them and caused them to escape. He will cause them to escape from the wicked, and he will save them, for they took refuge in him. Yahweh, do not rebuke me in your rage, nor chasten me in your wrath. For your arrows have been shot into me, and your hand has come down upon me. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your fury, no peace in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities have inundated me like a heavy load. They are burdensome beyond me. Putrid and rotted are my sores because of my folly. I am bent and exceedingly bold. All day long in bleakness I go about. For my loins are full of a loathsome affliction, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am faint and exceedingly crushed. I roar from the groaning of my heart. O Adonai, before you is all my yearning. My sighing is not concealed from you. My heart is engulfed. My strength has forsaken me, and the light of my eyes, they too, is no longer with me. My friends and companions stand aloof from my affliction, and my close ones stand at a distance. And the seekers of my life have laid snares. Those who seek my harm speak treacheries. All day long they contemplate deceit. But I am like a deaf man. I do not hear, like a mute who does not open his mouth. I was like a man who does not hear, and in whose mouth there are no rebuttals. Because for you, Yahweh, do I wait. You will answer, O Adonai, my Elohim. For I have said, lest they will be glad about me. At the faltering of my foot, they will magnify themselves over me. For I am prone to crippling pain, and my ache is always before me. Because I admit my iniquity, I worry because of my sin. But my foes abound with life, and those who hate me without cause grow great. Those who repay evil for good harass me for my pursuit of good. Forsake me not, O Yahweh, my Elohim. Be not far from me. Hasten to my assistance, O Adonai, my salvation. 39. I said, I will guard my ways from sinning with my tongue. I will guard my mouth with a muzzle, even while the wicked one stands before me. I became mute with stillness. I was silent even from good, though my pain was intense. My heart grew hot within me, and my contemplations a fire blazed. Then I spoke out with my tongue. Let me know my end, O Yahweh, and the measure of my days, what it is, that I may know when I will cease. Behold, like handbreadths have you made my days, and my lifetime is as naught before you. All is but total futility, all human existence, Salah. Only in shadowy darkness does man make his way. It is but futility for which they are in turmoil. He amasses riches, but he knows not who will harvest them. And now, for what do I hope, O Adonai? My longing is to you. From all my transgressions rescue me. Do not make me a disgrace before the degenerate. I am mute, I open not my mouth, because it is you who has done it. Remove from me your plague, from the attack of your hand am I devastated. With rebukes for iniquity you have chastened man. You have worn away like a moth his precious health. All mankind is but futility, Salah. Hear my prayer, Yahweh. Give ear to my outcry. Be not mute to my tears, for I am a sojourner with you, a settler like all my forefathers. Turn your punishment from me that I may recover my strength, before I depart and I am no more. Chapter 40. I have greatly hoped for Yahweh. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He raised me from the pit of raging waters, from the slimy mud. He set my feet upon a rock, firmly establishing my steps. He put a new song into my mouth, a hymn to our Elohim. Multitudes shall see and behold, and they shall trust in Yahweh. Praiseworthy is the man who made Yahweh his trust, and turned not to the arrogant and to strayers after falsehood. Much have you done, O you Yahweh, my Elohim. Your wonders and your thoughts are for us. None can compare to you. Were I to relate or speak of them, they are too overwhelming to recount. Neither feast offering nor meal offering did you desire, but you opened ears for me. Burnt offering and sin offering you did not request. Then I said, Behold, I have come, with the scroll of the book that is written for me. To fulfill your will, my Elohim, do I desire, and your Torah is in my innards. I proclaimed your righteousness in a vast assembly. For behold, I will never restrain my lips, Yahweh. You know it. Your righteousness I have not concealed within my heart. Of your faithfulness and your salvation have I spoken. I have not concealed your kindness and your truth from the vast assembly. You, Yahweh, do not withhold your mercy from me. May your kindness and your truth always protect me. For innumerable evils have encircled me. My sins have overtaken me, and I am unable to see. They have become more numerous than the hairs on my head, and my courage has abandoned me. May it be your will, Yahweh, to rescue me. Yahweh, hasten to my assistance. May they be put to shame and disgrace altogether, those who seek my soul, to put an end to it. May they draw back and be humiliated, those who desire my misfortune. May they be desolate as a result of their shaming, those who say about me, Aha, aha. May they rejoice and be glad in you, all who seek you. May they always say, Yahweh be magnified, those who love your salvation. As for me, I am poor and destitute. The Adonai will think of me. You are my help and my rescuer, my Elohim. Do not delay. Psalm 41. Praiseworthy is he who contemplates the needy. On the day of evil, Yahweh will deliver him. Yahweh will preserve him and restore him to life, and he will be happy on earth, and you will not give him over to the desire of his foes. Yahweh will fortify him on the bed of misery, even when you have upset all his restfulness by his illness. As for me, when I was sick, I said, O Yahweh, show me favor, heal my soul, for I have sinned against you. My foes speak evil of me. When will he die and his name perish? And if one comes to visit, and sincerely does he speak, his heart gathers iniquities for himself. Upon going out, he speaks it. Together all my enemies whisper against me. Against me they devise my harm, saying, the result of his lawlessness is poured over him. And now that he lies ill, he will rise no more. Even my ally in whom I trusted, who ate my bread, has raised his heel to trample me. But as for you, Yahweh, show me favor and raise me up. Then I shall repay them. By this I shall know that you desire me, that you will not let my foe shout gleefully over me. And I, because of my integrity, you have supported me, and you have stood me erect before you forever. Blessed is Yahweh, the Elohim of Yasharal, from all times past to all times to come. Aman and Aman. 42. Maskil by the sons of Korah. As the deer longs for brooks of water, so my soul longs for you, O Elohim. My soul thirsts for Elohim, for the living Elohim. When shall I come and appear before Elohim? For me, my tears were sustenance day and night, when they say to me all day long, where is your Elohim? These do I recall and pour out my soul for what has befallen me, how I passed with the throng, walking slowly with them up to the temple of Elohim, with joyous song and thanks, a celebrating multitude. Why are you downcast, my soul, and why are you disturbed on my account? Hope to Elohim, for I shall yet thank him for the salvations of his countenance. O my Elohim, my soul is downcast over me, because I remember you from the land of Jordan, and Hermon's peaks, from Mount Mizar. Watery deep calls out to watery deep, to the roar of your water channels. All your breakers and your waves have swept over me. In the day Yahweh will command his loving kindness, even by night his resting place is with me. A prayer to the Elohim of my life. I will say to Elohim, my rock, why have you forgotten me? Why must I walk in gloom under the foe's oppression? With a murderous dagger in my bones have my tormentors taunted me, when they say to me all day long, where is your Elohim? Why are you downcast, my soul, and why are you disturbed on my account? Hope to Elohim, for I shall yet thank him for the salvations of my countenance, because he is my Elohim. 43. Avenge me, O Elohim, and champion my cause against an unkind nation. Deliver me from my man of deceit and iniquity, for you are the Elohim of my strength. Why have you abandoned me? Why must I walk in gloom because of the foe's oppression? Dispatch your light and your truth. They will guide me. They will bring me to your holy mountain and to your dwellings, that I may come to the altar of Elohim, to Elohim, the gladness of my joy, and praise you on the harp, O Elohim, my Elohim. Why are you downcast, my soul? And why are you disturbed on my account? Hope to Elohim, for I shall yet thank him for the salvations of my countenance, and because he is my Elohim. 44. Elohim, with our ears we have heard, our fathers have recounted to us the work that you wrought in their days, in days of old. You with your own hand drove out nations, and you implanted them. You afflicted regimes and banished them. For not by their sword did they possess the land, nor did their own arm help them, but by your right hand, your arm, and the light of your countenance. For you favored them. It is you who are my king, O Elohim. Command the salvations of Jacob. Through you we shall gore our foes. By your name we will trample our opponents. For I do not trust in my bow, nor does my sword save me. For you have saved us from our oppressors, and you shame those who hate us. In Elohim we glory all the day, and your name we forever thank. Salah. Even though you abandon and disgrace us, and you do not go forth with our armies, you cause us to retreat from the oppressor, and our haters plunder for themselves. You deliver us like sheep to be eaten, and have scattered us among the nations. You sell your nation for no fortune, and you did not inflate their price. You make us a disgrace to our neighbors, the mockery and scorn of those around us. You make us a byword among the nation, a cause for the regimes to shake their heads. All day long my humiliation is before me, and my shamefacedness covers me. All the voice of the reviler and blasphemer, because of the enemy and avenger. All this came upon us, yet we have not forgotten you, and we have not been false to your covenant. Our heart has not turned back, nor have our footsteps strayed for your path, even when you crushed us in the place of serpents and shrouded us in the shadow of death. Have we forgotten the name of our Elohim and extended our hands to a strange God? Is it not so that Elohim can examine this? For he knows the secrets of the heart. Because for your sake we are killed all the time. We are considered as sheep for slaughter. Awaken, why do you seem to sleep, O Adonai? Arouse yourself, forsake not forever. Why do you conceal your face? Do you not forget? Do you forget our affliction and oppression? For prostrated to the dust is our soul, stuck to the earth is our belly. Arise, assist us, and redeem us for the sake of your kindness. I just, when I don't know, some reason when I read 26, it kind of reminded me of the serpent when it said, prostrated to the dust, stuck to the earth is our belly. It was a side note. 45. Song of endearment. My heart is austere with good thing. I say, my works are for a king. My tongue is like the pen of a skillful scribe. You are beautiful beyond other men. Charm is poured upon your lips. Therefore Elohim has blessed you for eternity. Gird your sword upon your thigh, O mighty one, your majesty and your splendor. And with your splendor overcome and ride over your enemies. For the sake of truth and righteous humility, may your right hand guide you to awesome deeds. Your arrows are sharp, nations fall beneath you. In the heart of the foes of the king, your throne is from Elohim. It is forever and ever, for the scepter of fairness is the scepter of your kingdom. You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore has Elohim, your Elohim, anointed you with oil of joy from among your peers. Myrrh, aloes, and cassia are the fragrance of all your garments. From ivory palaces, from those which have gladdened you. Daughters of kings are your visitors. The queen stands erect at your right in the golden jewelry of Ophir. Hear, O daughter, and see, and incline your ear. Forget your people and your father's house. Then the king will desire your beauty, for he is your master, so bow to him. And daughter of Tyre, you whose favor has been sought with homage from by the riches of the nation, as well as every honorable princess dwelling within, whose raiment is of golden settings, and embroidered apparel she will be brought to the king. The virgins in her train, her companions, are also led to you. They are brought with gladness and joy. They enter the palace of the king. Succeeding your fathers will be your sons. You will appoint them leaders throughout the land. I will make your name remembered in all generations. Therefore, the nations will acknowledge you forever and ever. Psalm 46. It's a song. Elohim is a refuge and strength for us, a help in distress, very accessible. Therefore, we shall not be afraid when the earth is transformed and that mountains collapse in the heart of the seas, when its waters rage and are muddied, mountains quake in his majesty. Salah, a river, its streams will gladden the city of Elohim, the most sacred of the dwellings of the Most High. Elohim is in its midst, it shall not falter. Elohim will help it towards morning. Nations are in turmoil, kingdoms totter. He has raised his voice, the earth dissolves. Yahweh, master of legions, is with us. A stronghold for us is the Elohim of Jacob. Salah. Go and see the works of Yahweh, who has wrought devastation in the land. He causes wars to cease to the end of the earth. He will break the bow and cut the spear. He will burn chariots and fire. Desist and know that I am Elohim. I shall be exalted among the nations. I shall be exalted upon the earth. Yahweh, master of allegiance, is with us. A stronghold for us is the Elohim of Jacob. Salah. Psalm 47. All you nations, join hands. Sound the shofar to Elohim with a cry of joy. For Yahweh is supreme, awesome, a great king over all the earth. He shall lead nations under us and regimes beneath our feet. He will choose our heritage for us, the pride of Jacob that he loves. Salah. Elohim has ascended with the blast. Yahweh with the sound of the shofar. Make music for Elohim. Make music. Make music for our king. Make music. For Elohim is king of all the earth. Make music, O enlightened one. Elohim reigns over the nations. Elohim sits upon his holy throne. The nobles of the peoples gather, the people of the Elohim of Abraham. For the protectors of the earth are Elohim's. He is exceedingly exalted. Psalm 48. Great is Yahweh, and much praise. Hold up. Great is Yahweh, and much praise in the city of our Elohim, mount of his holiness, fairest of sights, joy of all the earth, Mount Zion, by the northern side of the great king city. In her palaces, Elohim is known as the stronghold. For behold, the kings assembled. They came together. They saw and were indeed astounded. They were confounded and fled in haste. Trembling gripped them there, convulsions like a woman in birth travail. With an east wind you smashed the ships of Tarshish. As we heard, so we saw in the city of Yahweh, master of legions, in the city of our Elohim. May Elohim establish it to eternity. Salah. We hoped, O Elohim, for your kindness in the midst of your sanctuary. Like your name, O Elohim, so is your praise to the ends of the earth. Righteousness fills your right hand. May Mount Zion be glad. May the daughters of Judah rejoice because of your judgments. Walk about Zion and encircle her. Count her towers. Mark well in your hearts her ramparts. Raise up her palaces, that you may recount it to the succeeding generation. For this is Elohim, our Elohim forever and ever. He will guide us forever. 49. Hear this, all you peoples. Give ear, all you dwellers of decaying earth. Sons of Adam and sons of man alike, rich and poor together. Notice how I separate sons of Adam and sons of man. My mouth will speak wisdom, and the meditations of my heart are insightful. I will incline my ear to the parable. With a harp I will solve my riddle. Why should I be fearful in days of evil? when the injunctions that I trod upon will surround me. Those who rely on their possessions, and they are boastful of their great wealth. Yet a man cannot redeem a brother. He cannot give his ransom to Elohim. Too costly is their soul's redemption, and unattainable forever. Can one live eternally, never to see the pit? Though he sees that wise men die, that the foolish and boorish perish together, and leave their possessions to others? Nevertheless, in their imagination, their houses are forever, their dwellings for generation after generation. They have proclaimed their names throughout the lands. But as for man, in glory he shall not repose. He is likened to the silenced animals. This is their way, folly is theirs. Yet of their destiny their mouth speaks soothingly. Salah. Like sheep, they are destined for the lower world. Death shall consume them, and the upright shall dominate them at daybreak. Their form is doomed to rot in the grave, each from his dwelling. But Elohim will redeem my soul from the hand of the lower world, for he will take me, Salah. Fear not when a man grows rich, or when he increases the glory of his house, for upon his death he will not take anything. His glory will not descend after him. Though he may bless himself in his lifetime, others will praise you if you improve yourself. It shall come to the generation of its fathers. Until eternity they shall see no light. Man is glorious, but if he understands not, he is likened to the silenced animals. In chapter 50. Song by Asaph. O Almighty Elohim, Yahweh, spoke and called to the earth from the rising of the sun to its setting. Out of Zion, consummation of beauty, Elohim appeared. Our Elohim will come and not be silent. A fire will consume before him, and his surroundings are exceedingly turbulent. He will call to the heavens above and to the earth to avenge his people. Gather my devout ones unto me, sealers of my covenant through sacrifice. Then the heavens proclaimed his righteousness, for Elohim is the judge. Selah. Pay heed, my people, and I shall speak. Yasharah, and I shall bear witness against you. Elohim, your Elohim, am I. I shall not rebuke you for your sacrifices, nor are your burnt offerings my constant concern. I take not from your household any bull, nor from your pens any goats. For mine is every beast of the forest, the cattle of 1,000 mountains. I know every bird of the mountains, and what creeps upon my fields is with me. Even were I hungry, I will not tell you, for mine is the world and its fullness. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Offer Elohim confession, then redeem your vows to the Most High, and call upon me in the day of distress. I will release you and you will honor me. But to the wicked, Elohim said, to what purpose do you recount my decrees and bear my covenant upon your lips? For you hate discipline, and you threw my words behind you. If you saw a thief, you agreed to be with him, and with adulterers was your lot. You dispatched your mouths for evil, and your tongue adheres to deceit. You sit and speak against your brother. You slander your mother's son. These have you done, and I kept silent. You thought that I was like you. I will rebuke you and lay it clearly before your eyes. Understand this now, you who have forgotten Elohim, lest I tear you asunder, and there be none to rescue you. He who offers confession honors me, and one who orders his way, I will show him the salvation of Elohim. I'm gonna hit the shofar real quick. Don't laugh if I do the Squidward or well, that don't take your breath away. Hey, y'all fall asleep?
Nah, bro, I was sitting here listening, bro. That was a good reading, bro.
Yeah, I love the songs, man. A lot of them hit home. There was something I wanted to go back to. Oh, there was a part where he basically, oh yeah, basically we were akin to the serpent. Remember where it said it was cursed to crawl on his belly and lick dust? That was in 44:26. It said prostrated to the dust is our soul, stuck to the earth is our belly. That just had me thinking like, damn, we like we were like damn serpents at that moment. That's basically it was like damn animals, silent animals at that point. I guess that's the difference between having the difference between the soul, like the Holy Spirit, having the ruach, or just having like an animalistic soul. The difference between being a man and a beast in your mind. Either you have the Most High in your mind or you don't, and that's basically what it boils down to. I never noticed that before though. Yeah, there was a lot to go over. I should have stopped at certain points when I seen something I wanted to touch on, but I guess the premise of everything is basically just, stay humble, stay seeking righteousness, don't be your own God, don't make yourself your own God, don't rely on your own anything, your own power, your own wisdom, your own weaponry. Like you said, he did not trust in his bow, he did not trust in his sword. It wasn't any of those things that saved him. Shit, David killed Goliath with a damn stone, bro. That's all you need, man. That's why I don't care, bro. I don't care. Like I could have 100 motherfuckers around me, bro. But I know as long as I call on the Most High, it's it's gonna be handled, man. He shown me too many times. I ain't got nothing to fear. I don't really. Like you say, 1,000 may fall at your side, but it's not gonna touch you. That's how I take on everything. I ain't got no worries, man. That's how we gotta be. Cause really, what there's no room for fear with the Most High, man. Like if you know He's really with you, what are you fearing? Like, there ain't no room for that at all. If He's consuming, if He's consuming your thoughts and your mind, and the temple in your mind, if He's sitting there and His presence, His glory's filling your temple, there ain't no room for no fear. Ain't no room for no um doubt, no what if. What He say? He gonna fulfill the desires of the heart of the righteous. So I mean, you ain't got nothing to worry about. As long as you doing what you gotta do. So yeah, y'all. I sleep mad good. Ain't worry about nothing. Speaking of sleep, y'all can tell I've been yawning a little bit. I've been falling asleep earlier like I used to. But yeah, y'all want to get active in another room so I don't fall asleep on you. I'll hop in unless y'all want to discuss the songs more. But like I said, man, I love the songs. It's probably my favorite book, honestly. Just seeing the mind state of how David felt about the Most High. Him and his, you see all his sides. You see him in distress. You see his confidence. You see him, in a worried mode. You see him feeling like he been abandoned. Then you see him in a state of being rescued and redeemed. You see it. He lays it all out there. And I'm sure there was more. I'm sure there's more about David we don't even know about, like when it speaks about the prophet Edo or some other books that we don't have. Probably some other stuff we don't know about him, but I just love the faith he had in Most High and and his dedication to the law and all that. So inspiration for everybody. Be on that level. Have our hearts towards the Most High. Have our hearts after His heart. Basically, that's the standard. That's the standard we should all be at. That Psalms 1, that Joshua 1:8. That's what we gotta live by. You gonna say something?
Right. No, I'm agree with you.
Yeah, David was that dude.
Hey, check this out. So, you got another device there with you?
Nah, my other phone was dead.
Oh man. Hey, Asia, you got something you can play the songs? I'm still out outside. Dang, I wish. But I was gonna send it to you anyway. So, all right. All right. So, right. So you okay? Do you know Deuteronomy 31, right? We talk about the hey, go to Devarim 31 with me in the stone so I can see how it looks. Actually, yeah, Devarim 31. That was a great reading, by the way, man. I was out here. I couldn't read tonight, man. I was glad you read so much because I don't like going outside too much. So,
Where you talking about verse 6, or where you want to start at?
yeah. Start at 6.
Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not be broken before them. For Yahweh your Elohim, it is He who goes before you. He will not release you, nor will He forsake you. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. I was just like reading in the Hebrew while you read it. I'm reading the Kabad, the little free one on the internet. Yeah, so excuse me. Read 7 and 7 through 8, bro.
Moshe summoned Joshua and said to him before the eyes of all Yasharal, be strong and courageous, for you shall come with this people to the land that Yahweh swore to their forefathers to give them, and you shall cause them to inherit it. Yahweh, it is He who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not release you, nor will He forsake you. Do not be afraid and do not be dismayed.
All right, see the next verse, right?
Yeah, Moshe wrote this Torah, gave it to the Kohanim, the sons of Levi, the bearers of the Ark of the Covenant of Yahweh, and to all the elders of Yasharal.
All right, hold on. Let me go to the hold on. Let me go to it real quick. Because I'm trying to show you something. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Hold on. I'm pulling it up on here as well. All right. All right. Hold on. All right. Actually, let's make a let's make a private room real quick. I'm gonna show you. Let's ping everybody in too. Miguel and Sage and E and Asia as well.
All right, bet.
Yeah, I don't want to get them. I don't want to get them everything on the replay. I'm pinging everybody in though.